Welcome back, everyone. So let's set the total inside of our cart provider. So first, let's make a new value of total, which by default is 0. And this is going to be very similar to the count. Essentially, it's almost the same thing, except what we're doing is we're really just changing the value of the total price by accumulating it rather than the quantity. It's arguably pretty much the exact same code as the actual count. So what we're going to do is we can duplicate this use effect. Some of you may be wondering, why don't we just put both effects into the same effect? Typically, one of the best practices when using use effect is to make sure that it just governs one singular responsibility. You can have multiple use effects running. It's kind of like how you want your functions to be single responsibility. You want the same thing for your use effects so that it's not so convoluted and difficult to read. Here inside of this use effect, what we're going to do is we're going to say new cart total is equal to reducing over our cart items. And we're just going to add the total value equal to the cart item quantity multiplied by the cart item price. And this is pretty much it. Once you have that, you can just set the new cart total by calling set cart total. And then we can just pass this cart total as the value. So actually, instead of total up here, I need to also update this to cart total. So that's a lot more clear as to what this value represents. And then we can just attach this over onto the value. And inside of our checkout component, we can just pull off the cart total and then render it right here, like so. And we can just put a little $sign so that we're much more clear about the fact that this is in US dollars or Canadian dollars or whatever currency you want it to be in. So let's save this. Let's go back. We have $0. Let's add some items. Come back. Go to checkout. Scroll down. There's our total. If we add 2 more gray brims, this total should increase by $50, which it does, to $224. If we get rid of this, it should reduce by $70 to $154, which it also does. So everything is working with our total. So there we go. We have pretty much the majority of the complex features that we need built in based on our cart. It's already looking really good. So now what we need to do is we've primarily done this for a bunch of our hats, but what about all of our other actual data? In fact, this is all still hard-coded into our system. What we want to do is we want to figure out how to improve this structure by adding more items into our overall project, but also figuring out how to fetch them from a backend. So we're going to move on to the next section, which is where we need to work with fetching data from a backend in order to populate our website. But before we do that, let's first commit our code. So go back to your terminal. And then what you're going to do is just add your changes. And what we're going to say is created checkout page along with checkout items and checkout cart functionality. And then just push this up. And now join me in the next video where we're going to start working more with product data. I'll see you in the next video.